Hello guys, this is Keith from Outdoor Life, and today I'm going to show you guys how to trap turtles and the equipment. So there's going to be a two-part series. First part, this one is going to be the equipment. So first you're going to need a tote to put the turtles in after you catch them. And then this one here is optional, but this is fish oil. I got it from F&T. And when you set the traps in the water, you should sprinkle some of this around the traps, which help bring in the turtles more scent. This is my bait. It's just a bunch of carp. There's like a head and body and more heads. So I'm gonna put these two heads in one bait cage and this in another. Just how much ever you want. I individually packed them, so when so if you have a bunch of carp in your freezer, you just take out the individual bags. Like this one could probably do one bait cage, but I'm gonna put two heads in one bait cage just so I'm extra safe. And so yeah, just individually pack it so it's easier just to thaw out how much you want instead of putting it in one big bag and then have to take out pieces, which will be a mess. And then these are what the bait cage is. There's like a little shower clip here that hold them closed, and you can attach this to the back of the net. And I bought these traps at a trapping convention, and the guy came with two bait cages, two traps, and then the stakes that hold up the traps. And I'm going to assemble the traps in a minute to show you how they are and stuff. So yeah, and then to hold them down when you got them set so the turtles can't drag them away is stakes, which I bought at a trapping convention. And I also bought some of that fish oil at a trapping convention. So in a minute here I'm going to show you how to assemble them, and it's pretty easy. So you can use nets, or you can use metal cages, or jugs, which the jugs you normally have to use hooks to put bait on them. So I mean, if the turtles are too small and you don't want to keep them, well, there's already a hook in their throat, so they might not survive. So just to make sure they survive, it's easier just to use nets. And I mean, all you gotta do is open up the back and let them out if they're too small, and make sure to check your state regulations, because I know in Ohio you have to, the turtle shell from the head to like the tail, like the shell part, has to be 11 inches, and if it's too small you have to let it go, but if it's over 11 inches it's legal to keep. And I also know in the state of Ohio you need to have your a tag on your traps, and they can either say your name or address. Or a new thing they're starting to do is when you buy your fishing licenses, it has your customer ID number, and you can put that on here. So if you don't want them to know your name or address, but mine have my name and address because I also use them for trapping, like fur. So one moment I'm going to show you how to assemble these traps. And so this is the bigger trap. So let's see if I can this right here. I'm actually just gonna cut the video, and when I come back I'll have them all assembled and show you how to work them from there. Okay guys, so I got the turtle trap assembled. This is the bigger one right here, and then this is the smaller one. All it is two stakes right there, and it holds that side open and that side open. And this right here is the sloot. So the bait cage is back there. When they go in there, they go in there, but this slot's too small and they can't come back out. So yeah, and I got this one already kind of opened up the back of it. It's like string here, and this is like, imagine there's bait in there. You put the bait cage in there, and then you hook it up to the top and clip it on like that. So now the bait's in the back, and they have to go through that like a little slot right there to come in, get the bait, and then once they're in, they can't get back out. Like I said, this is just a smaller version of this. And then when you're done with that, like that, you go like this, pull it closed, and tie this, which I can't really tie it because I can tie it actually. Like, just do a small knot like that, hold it closed so they can't get out. I don't know if you've seen that, but you tie that knot closed and then they can't get out the back. And after you do that, you grab one of your stakes or whatever you're going to tie it off to, and then I like to hold on. don't know if you can see this, but I like to tie them around like this to the stake. Once it's tied up around the stake like that, just push it in the ground. I mean, imagine this is in the water, and then they can't pull it out. I mean, obviously you'd push it down a lot further, but for this purposes. And when you put them in the water, make sure to leave an open area back here, so when the turtles get in, they can come up and breathe, because if they're too small and you need to let them go, you want to make sure they're still alive. So yeah, and all my traps have their tags on them. So yeah, this is the equipment part of it, and then the next video will be like showing you how to set them and everything else. So thank you, and get ready for part 2.